Hello, thank you for stopping by. My name is Becky and this is Bex Reads, and today is a fun video for me. We're gonna talk about hair color in male main characters. Why, you ask? Because this is something that I kept track of this year. I wanted to see how many male main characters out of the books I read didn't have dark brown and or black hair. Because, oh my god, they're everywhere. Here's the thing. I have a type. I love dark-haired men, okay? I am attracted to dark-haired men, okay? That being said, I am so sick of reading about them in my books. I really do just want some diversity. And hair color is the bar is in hell when it comes to diversity for male main characters. Just change their hair color, please. That is like the least you could do to make someone diverse. Change up their hair color, okay? And I don't think this is a problem for female main characters. I think when it comes to female main characters, authors are very, all across the spectrum with them. We get blondes, brunettes, redheads, raven-haired characters. Hell, we get pink-haired characters and green-haired characters and purple-haired characters. When it comes to the females, we got them covered, babes. But for some reason, these authors just do not want to diversify their male love interests. I know it's popular and I know everybody loves the dark-haired, broody love interest. Okay, I do too. I do too. But I'm so sick of reading about them. Because here's another one of my things, okay? These authors will be all like, diversity matters. But when it comes to their male love interests, they don't matter, okay? Because they aren't giving it to us. Why? Why are you okay with diversifying the females, but not okay with the males? When it comes to hair color specifically, because that's what I'm going to harp on this video, is freaking hair color. It's not that hard. Just give us something other than dark brown to black hair, please, for the love of God. I feel like it's because most of the books I read are written by female authors, and they like to diversify the spectrum because they know their readers are also mostly female readers, okay? So they want to appeal to that wide of audience. And yes, there are male romance, fantasy romance readers out there. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the majority are women. So you want to appeal to that. You don't see men out here complaining that they aren't being represented in romance novels, okay? So I'm here to do it for them. I'm here to complain on behalf of men. If I want diverse women represented in my books, why the hell wouldn't I want diverse men represented in my books as well? I could go on to blather about the lack of diversity when it comes to body types and race and religion and ethnicity. Trust me, it ain't represented either. Unless I specifically go out there and I look for these books. It's pretty much the same standard of male interests in fantasy romance and the romances I read, okay? They're usually 6 feet tall or taller, chiseled to hell and back, dark hair. Their eye color is usually blue, purple, or some level of silver. They're all the same. And it's very hard to differentiate these men. If you give me character art of these characters that mostly appear in fantasy romance, it's very hard to tell them apart because they all look the fucking same. Okay? Some of them have wings and some of them don't. Some of them ride dragons, some of them don't. They're usually tattooed. But I'm just here to harp on the hair color because that is what I kept track of this year. To begin, we're going to talk about the redheads because I'm wearing this red wig. I'm wearing this red wig. Okay, let me find my notes because preparing a TED Talk here. You want to know, out of 120 plus books, how many male characters had red hair that I read about? 2. The first being Jamie Fraser from Outlander. Yep, and this was a reread for me. The other one was Finn from The House Witch. Let's pretend I'm bald under this hat and let's talk about the bald characters. Because let me tell you, I don't read about bald male main characters hardly ever. In fact, I got one. I got one. And that is Tavik from Unicorn Bait, which is a book that I reread this year. I absolutely freaking loved it. A hilarious fantasy romance. And he was described as being bald. More baldies need to be represented, okay? Male and female, quite honestly. Now let's talk about the blondies. This is a much bigger category because I feel next to the dark-haired love interest, blonde is probably the next biggest category of hair color represented in male main characters. But that doesn't mean there's a lot of them, folks. For some reason, I don't know why blondes, when it comes to male love interests, get such a bad rap. It's like, nobody wants a blonde. Some people do want blondes, okay? Give me a blonde villain as a love interest. Why is that so difficult? Give me a blonde love interest with shadow powers. Why is that such a unique concept? When just the hair color makes it stand out. And I'm not gonna lie, when I read books that don't have male main characters with dark hair, I remember them a hell of a lot more because it's something so minor that you don't see a lot that it just stands out in my brain. So here are the male love interests with blonde hair that I read this year. Eamon from Heart of the Fae, Gerald from The Beast and the Beauty, Lowen from The Wolf King, Eric from Valhalla Cupcakes, and I remember this one because the guy on the cover did not have blonde hair, but the description in the book said that he had blonde hair, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? Ford from Raiders of the Lost Heart, which was an abysmal book, but I remember him because he had blonde hair. I wish I didn't remember him, quite honestly. And Alexander from Hollowed, which, when I read this, I was like, holy shit. He has blonde hair. He's the love interest. He's not going to get passed over for the dark-haired love interest. Brava to you, author, for representing that. So those were the six out of 120 plus books I read this year that had a male main character with blonde hair. And the only other hair color that was represented within the 120 plus books that I read this year was white. And I feel like this is, if you don't like blondes, make them silver, white-haired, and they'll be much more appealing. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Sadly, I do not have a white wig, so we're just going to pretend like this is white. Okay? Use your imaginations, folks. But once again, out of all the books that I read, there were only 3 male main characters who were represented with white hair. They were Caspian from Ballad of Sea and Song, Alaric from The Frost Lord, and Leshke from Where the Dark Stands Still. And that's it. I would like to put on my blue wig or my pink wig and be like, hey, these are the male main characters who have blue and pink hair. There weren't any. Of the books that I read, anyway. So that's the end of this list. Those were the hair colors that weren't described as brown, black, or dark-haired. I would love if other people kept track of this and shared it at the end of the year, because I want to read more books that have male main characters who are represented differently. Even if that only difference is their hair color. I just want something else. And I don't even think it's because I want something else. I'm just getting tired of the dark-haired bad boy love interest. I just want more hair colors. You could give me a male main character with orange hair or neon green hair. Like, they're fantasy characters. Get creative. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I get steamed up about this for no reason at all. Okay, so let me know down in the comments, have you read a book this year that didn't have a male love interest with dark brown, black hair? Let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna go find them. But if you don't want to comment that, but would like to let me know that you made it to the end of this rant video, could you leave me a blue heart emoji? And with that, until my next Bookmas video, go read a book that doesn't have a dark-haired male love interest. Bye!